Hello, I'm Park Seni, your psychological mentor. My voice is once again noticeably deeper and lower today. From 9 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon today, I was teaching students in the Lifelong Disciple Program for Cultivating Talent in Korea. After that, I had a lot of individual counseling sessions and such, so my voice is in really bad shape. But if I don't record this now, it will be hard to find another time, so I'm filming anyway. It's not like my voice has only been bad for a day or two, so I ask for your understanding. The more I talk, the worse it gets. Even though my voice isn't in good condition, I'm going to share something very important with you. This is important for everyone, but especially if you're planning a business or want to achieve greater success in a unique way, please listen carefully. Don't just watch the video. If you subscribe, like, and turn on notifications, it would really encourage me. Please do that for me. This is a method I use myself. Ever since I was 27, in my senior year of college, I thought, let's try creating a class that doesn't exist in this country. At that time, I honestly believed that my level of mental maturity and psychological knowledge was enough to help anyone in Korea, regardless of age or gender. The reason I could be this confident is that even when I was 21, I was giving lectures about life to adults much older than me, teaching them hypnosis techniques. And people would ask me how I had come to understand all these things. I often heard people say, thanks to you, teacher, I feel like I've been reborn. And now, even though more and more people are reaching out to me through YouTube, those who learn from me always give me that kind of feedback. If you take a class at the center, you really see for yourself whether what I say is true. But no matter how much solid spiritual knowledge I had built up from a young age, at that time, I looked way too young to be considered an expert in anything related to the mind. Back then, I really did look very young. Should we try to guess what I looked like in old photos? Anyway, with that young baby-faced look I had back then, it was a bit difficult to pass myself off as a psychology expert. So what I decided was, instead of trying to help everyone in the whole country, I would just focus on helping young students. Actually, not even all young students, just those who were 20 years old, or rather, to narrow it down even more, just students retaking the college entrance exam. No, even all students retaking the exam was too many. So I decided I would only help those wearing tracksuits and studying at boarding academies. This is called a segmentation strategy. Instead of trying to help everyone by dividing things up into pieces, you become the top expert who provides real, concrete help in just one specific field. You just need to come up with that kind of strategy. At first glance, becoming the best in a small field might make you feel a bit anxious. You might worry, what if people only see me as someone who helps with small things, even though I could offer so much more? But that's an unnecessary worry. It's just needless anxiety. For example, think about it carefully. Do you really want to eat sushi made by the world's top sushi master? Or do you want to eat some dish made by a master chef of all cuisines? If you think about it, you might not be so sure. Of course, if someone really doesn't like sushi, that's a different story. But for those people, personally, I would want to try sushi made by the world's top sushi master. Or, for example, although I've never been to North Korea, I would love to try naengmyeon made by North Korean naengmyeon master. So when you break things down into smaller pieces like this, the power and energy that create a state of deep focus and immersion don't get weaker. Instead, by dividing them into smaller parts, that power actually grows stronger and can lead to even greater concentration and a heightened state of flow. So it's not that I learned this from studying business administration or anything like that, but segmentation strategy is actually a very important theory in business. When you look at the life from a hypnotic perspective, even when you're hypnotizing others, it's much more effective to present yourself as a definite expert in a small, specific field rather than claiming to be an all-around expert in everything. When you do that, you become the best within that small world, and as a result, your value gradually increases. Raising your value happens naturally. Because you've already mastered everything within that area, people start to recognize you more and more, thinking, oh, this person isn't just good at this one thing, they're also good at that and that as well, and so on, step by step. So, although I started out as a learning psychology expert from a young age, in my 20s, in fact, even before I got married, there were people who asked me for marriage counseling, and I never turned anyone down. As long as I had the time, I would do everything I possibly could. After all, it's the same in that I can help everyone. By accepting things that way, I was able to become stronger and more disciplined, and I think I was able to keep having those kinds of experiences. So I'm really grateful for that. That I was able to properly utilize the segmentation strategy. I know you all feel that way, but I'm good at everything. I'm good at everything. But that's not very appealing. Being the absolute best in the world at just one small thing, that's what matters. Promote yourself in this way and make an effort to be known for it. If you do, more and more places will want to invite you, and many more people will seek you out. I wish my voice was always in good condition, but I did my best to record this anyway. Everyone, I hope you'll try to become the best in a small area that others might not even think of. If today's video was helpful, please make sure to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. Alright, I'll see you again next time. Stay strong.